Hello, everyone, and welcome to day 9 of this 30-day Living an Authentic Life Challenge. Today, we are going to have a conversation about pride because pride is often a part of us that we don't think about. We have some elements of it that we're mindful of that can often cause us to cave under the pressures of life. Sometimes it's because people just don't want to feel left out. So you give in. Sometimes it's because people feel inferior. But most of the time, it's just plain old fear. But the way you can deal with pride is to humble yourself. That is one of the best ways I've discovered. And the first thing that you can do to get you into a place of being humble is becoming more aware of yourself and the truth about the situations that you find yourselves in. Being more mindful of the truth that really exists, it will give you the opportunity to be less likely to operate in fear because you have some knowledge that you'll be able to function under. Being more informed builds your confidence, and that way you can stand in truth instead of caving to the pressures of life. The second thing, being open and mindful to other possibilities. There are times we have this thing about deciding to stand in the middle of whatever decision we decide. And if you find somewhere along the way that you get enough truth that tells you that that choice that you made was wrong, your pride may make you decide, I'm going to stand in it anyway, just because I chose it. That is unhealthy. That can be detrimental, and then you will never get the opportunity to grow into being your best possible self if you keep standing in things like that. So be open to other possibilities. And here's another part. This part right here is something that I did not like doing, but I knew in order for Tanya to be her best self, I had to be accountable to somebody. Find someone that you know loves you enough to speak the truth to you about you. We don't like to hear about our ish, but we have it. So find someone that you know loves you and that you can trust with your stuff. Not everybody in the world is going to be able to get exposed to all the pieces of who you are, including you. Which leads me to the next part. Pray. Prayer is the best thing that you can stand on because there are some things about you that's stuck in the recesses of your soul that only you and God will be able to deal with. I know for a long time because of how I was raised, I was sitting in the middle of pride of wanting to be certain that my disabilities, you hear me showing up. When I was younger, I had a lisp and I was also stuttering. And I find that those two things made me feel inferior. One of those first things that I was sharing with you. That character flaw ended up showing up in some other areas. And when I got better, started doing better, started functioning better, I got filled with pride. I had to find someone to trust me, no, that I trusted, to tell me about me. And for a long time, it was just God. Because I didn't trust anybody to really be honest with me. Because I was often put in a place where I was downcast and trampled on. If only you and God know about that situation, be tuned into his heart, be tuned into his ear, so that when he tells you fix that, you will humble yourself and fix it. And you will also get to the place where you will stop lying about yourself about some of the things that you do. Because there were some things that I thought I did really great at one point, I didn't. And so I had to stop lying to myself about those moments, fixing them, starting from ground zero. Sometimes I felt like I was being punked, but it was in those moments that God was girding me up, removing the pride from my heart so that I can begin to stand. And so today, we are going deeper on pride because if you don't let somebody help you get rid of that prideful spirit, it's going to one day get to a place it's going to hinder you. So day 9, we're going deeper. And I encourage you to join me here on StreamYard where we're extending the conversation because the other piece about pride that I was talking about, there's a spectrum. Because pride is often rooted in low self-esteem and low self-worth. It was there that I got caught up and I found a way to get out of it. But I'm going to share that information with those that are joining me further. So go to my website, tanyaehood.com. There you can quickly register, join me today so that we can extend the conversation because this is just a snippet. We go deeper because this 30-day challenge is to challenge you. And some of that stuff we don't really need in the public light, but we do need to go deeper where we can get the knowledge, get the insight, and get some support. So I encourage you to join me in the Living and Authenticity Facebook group. And I'll have my tongue together by then as well. I look forward to seeing you guys on the other side. In the meantime, this is Tanya E. Hood, walking in my purpose, and I want you to do the same.